clarity on what they want. And so enough is inherently related to what do you want to do with it?
The word enough is just this repository of worries. And if I say, what is enough? They'll just make up a number. And I say, okay, 2 million, cool. Where'd you get that from? Again, they just pulled it out because it feels right. It's kind of like when I ask people how much you spend on a vacation. How do you decide how much to spend on a vacation? It's a very interesting question. It reveals a lot. For everybody watching, how do you decide how much you spend on a vacation? And what people often do is they will say, I figure like it should probably be around like $5,000 for this type of trip that I'm trying to take. I said, cool. How'd you come up with that number? And we probe, and it turns out in their early 20s, when they first started having some money, they went on vacation and they have basically imprinted that number. Now imagine I'm talking to a 40-year-old, 45-year-old. She and her husband have been very successful. They have $10 million. This is a podcast episode that I had. And they're still saying their vacation should be $5,000. And they really value their vacation. They love it. But when they go on it, they're always worried about money. I said, something's wrong here. And the answer is you haven't turned the page on your finances. In that season of life, like when you were gamifying finances, that was fun. That was that season of life for you. But at a certain point, your season changes. You got to turn the page and embrace the season that you are in. And that's really hard for people to do.
How much do you think of this is tied to we don't know when we're going to die? Because if I knew I was going to die when I'm 85, then I just run the math. I've got this much, it'll run out.
No, you're a freak. Nobody does it like that. It's more about...
Wouldn't they though, if they knew when they were going to die?
Okay, you think they would? Here's a scenario.
Yeah.
You have received a terminal illness notice. You know that you have 5 to 10 years to live. Okay. You know it.
Can we make it specific? I know I have 7 years
7 years to live.
Cool. So now it's very specific.
This is a real scenario.
Okay.
You have 7 years to live. You have 2 daughters. Mm-hmm. They're like 9 and 10 years old. You want to create memories with them. But you're wondering if you should quit your job and spend time with them. Mm-hmm. What's the one bit of information you need to know?
How much money I have in savings and how long it's going to last.